warrant for your arrest. I want you. I have a plan for you. Even though I know where you are, I know what you're into, I know you're at a crossroads, I saw what you would do, I saw what you could do, I saw what you did do, but I still want, oh, you don't hear what I'm saying. Those of you that have been washed in his blood, rejuvenated by his word, saturated in his grace, transformed by his sovereign power, touch somebody and tell them, he needed me. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, he needed me. I was in all kind of mess, but he needed me. I was shackled in the muck and the mire of sin, but he needed me. I was aimless and purposeless, but he needed me. I was confused and distraught, but he needed me. I was perplexed and overwhelmed, but he needed me. I was in pain and impoverished, but he needed me. I was drunk and in sin, but he needed me. I was high and a whoremonger, but he needed me. I was an adulterer and a liar, but he needed me. I was a hypocrite and an outlaw, but he needed me. I was a thief and a robber, but he needed me. I was disgusting and vile, but he needed me. I was perverted and in pain, but he needed me. He needed me. It's me he wants. It's not you. It's not her. It's not them. It's me. I know you said I was an ass, but he needed me. People don't understand why you're in church, and you're in church, and why would you get up on the only day you had free? And you could be golfing this morning, you could be sleeping in, you could have been sailing, you could have been parasailing, you could have been playing rugby this morning. What are you doing getting up, coming to church? He needed me. Oh, my God, my God, my God, my God, my God, my God, my God. He's going through a moment. He's going through a crisis. He's going through a dilemma, and he sent for me. And he requested me. He wanted me to do it. He said, I want you, and it's his last week, and he needed me. He could have got anybody. He could have got a horse. He could have come in on a chariot. He could have slid on a cloud. He could have appeared in Jerusalem, but he needed me to bring him into his purpose and destiny. He could have chosen anybody, but he needed me. Look at what the Lord has done, that he would allow you to be included in the role of salvation.
Still to come on The Potter's Touch.
When you can't find your purpose, it's almost like you're tied up waiting on something to happen, and you don't know what it is. All you know is that for all of your days and months and weeks and years, nothing has ever rested on you. Nothing has never got on you that you was comfortable with. Nothing has ever got on your back and said, this is where I fit and this is where I belong. And because nothing had ever sat on him, he was all tied up. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm all tied up.
During their exodus out of Egypt, instructed to Moses at Mount Sinai, the key to entering the Promised Land was the tabernacle, God's meeting place.
What the mercy seat was in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, they call it the throne of grace. Say, you don't have to go through all of these rituals and ceremony. Now, because Jesus has fixed it and settled it, you can come boldly to the throne of grace. Touch somebody and say, go in whenever you want to.
For your best gift in helping us reach others, we would like to give you What's the Big Idea? An inspiring message on DVD. When your gift is $175 or more, we would like to give you the entire Tabernacle gift set, which includes What's the Big Idea? The complete Tabernacle teachings on 6 DVDs, scale schematics of the Old Testament Tabernacle, your very own bottle of frankincense anointing oil, and Bishop Jake's latest book on the power of forgiveness, Let It Go. Visit our website and get ready to walk through the tabernacle.
Bishop T.D. Jakes is coming to a town near you for his Let It Go speaking tour. April 4th, join Bishop in Chicago, Illinois at Fellowship Church. April 5th in Austell, Georgia at the Word of Faith Worship Cathedral. April 6th at the Potter's House Denver in Denver, Colorado. April 21st for a book signing at Barnes & Noble in Pineville, North Carolina. Meet Bishop Jakes in a city near you as he signs Let It Go and shares valuable life lessons on forgiveness and freedom. For more information, go to 1-800-BISHOP2 or visit us online at tdjakes.org/letitgo.
I know you thought I was nothing, and you laughed at me. You walked past me and said I wasn't nothing but a no good ass, but that's all right because he's calling me. He's calling me. You said I wasn't no good. You said I'd never be anything. You walked past me and said I'd never be of service. You walked past me and said I was overlooked, but he woke up with me on his mind, and the Lord has a plan for me. Yeah, what you heard about me was true, but the Lord still had need of me. Yes, I had a baby out of wedlock, but the Lord has need of me. Yes, I messed up, but the Lord. Yeah. He's calling me. He's calling me. Look at your neighbor and tell me he's calling me. 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 He's calling me in my sleep. He's calling me in my dreams. He's calling me in the street, in the club. He's calling me through my trouble. He's calling me through my pain. He's calling me through my loneliness. He's calling me through my frustration. He's calling me through my aggravation. He's calling me through my situation. He's calling me through my limitation. He's calling me through my enemies, my adversities, my traumas. He's calling me. He's calling me in my mind. He's calling me in my spirit. He's calling me in my heart. He's calling me back to the corner, shoved to the wall. The only thing I know is he's calling me. I don't know which way to go. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know which way to turn. I don't know which road I ought to take. The only thing I know is that he's calling me. He's Hey, don't start nothing up in here. Don't start nothing up in here. Don't you fool with me this morning. Don't you fool with me. Because when God gets ready to call you, I don't care what kind of ass you are. If God has a plan for your life, would you tell somebody and tell them you may not like me, but he called me? Give him some kind of praise up in here. Yeah. Sit down, sit down, sit down. I'm not going to bother you this morning, but... I think what it was talking about, he said you're going to find a colt and he's going to be tied up. And he said when you find him, never a man has rode on him. It almost intimidated me with that statement, never a man has rode on him. It kind of disturbed me a little bit because when I thought never a man had rode on him, I thought, well, purity. And then when I began to study, whenever animals were offered in sacrifice, purity was an objective, something that had not been touched, that had not been ridden, that had not been handled. And it's intimidating because most of us have been touched, and most of us have been ridden, and most of us have been through dilemmas that if God is looking for purity, he wouldn't want us, you know. He wouldn't want us. And so, and when I looked on the purity side, I also looked at Mary, and I said, well, Mary, she had never known a man, and he chose her above the woman at the well because Mary had never known a man, and he got a pure and a virtuous woman and said, I'm going to use her. But the Lord said, I want you to go deeper than purity. I want you to go all the way down to purpose. Because when I said never a man had ever rode on him, the issue was not purity, because you're dealing with a stinky beast, a dirty beast. You're dealing with a beast, whether it's been touched or not, it's still a beast. So if it were purity, I'd have never rode on the ass to begin with, because if you're looking for clean, you don't fool with animals in the first place. He said, but what I want you to see is purpose. This is an animal who had never found its purpose. Nothing Nothing could ride me but Jesus. It's been a lot of things passed by me and a lot of things touched me, but I couldn't find my purpose. And you know, when you can't find your purpose, it's almost like you're tied up waiting on something to happen and you don't know what it is.